So as most of you already know, I got 2 hog noses. As of right now, eyeballing a few more. But let me tell you exactly what it is that I wanted to do with my hog noses and why I got those 2 specific hog noses before everything else. So let's get into it, see what I got. Well, what's up, YouTube? So I got these 2 hog noses because I wanted to make some Yetis. And if you don't know what a Yeti is, I'll show you some pictures. I'll start posting them up as I start talking about it. So essentially a Yeti is a Conda Xanthic albino hognose. Now, the combination of Yeti is super cool. The way I can explain it, the best way is this is a white snake, and that's where the Super Conda version comes in, which is called a Super Yeti. Now, a Super Yeti is just a Super Conda Xanthic albino, but all of this is null and void without the snow morph, which is an Xanthic albino. So a snow Xanthic albino, you add a Conda on top, you get a Yeti. You add Super Conda on top, you get a Super Yeti. That's what I was trying to get. Now, my first female is an adult that is nothing. She's just het albino, het Xanthic, so she's essentially a normal. The male that I got is a Super Conda Xanthic het albino. He's not ready to breed at all right now, so the female I got was just to have an adult hognose and a baby hognose so I can see how I like them. Essentially, I got 2 snakes to see how I liked it, so I got an adult and I got a baby, but I also wanted to get 2 snakes that could potentially create something that I wanted. Whenever I was doing all the scrolling and all the research on the hognose morphs and everything, I saw the snow and I was like, that's a cool looking snake. Then I saw the Yeti and a Super Yeti and I was like, oh, that's even better. So essentially that's what I'm trying to get right now. There's a lot more that I want, but I don't want to invest too much into hognoses right now because I know enough about them to know what I want, but I don't want to invest so much where I get sidetracked on the projects that I wanted to start, and then I have 3 or 4 projects going at the same time. So I'd rather just start with one project and then keep going based off that one project. Now, me, for my personal beliefs and everything, I don't like to invest my own money into this business. Obviously, you have to start off, but after a little while, I want the business to invest in itself. So essentially, I'm limited on how much money I can put into hognoses right now because I'm also still investing in bearded dragons. I'm also still investing in ball pythons, and I'm also investing in growing my building. So a lot of that money has to go towards the building. Honestly, that's probably where the bulk of all of the investments are going to go this year, but that's where it's going right now. So I don't want to put too much money into hognoses, but that's okay because my male is not ready yet. So I'm looking at a few sub-adult females that could potentially make Super Yetis as well as Yetis. Now, I'm going to show you my snakes. You've kind of already seen them, but I'm going to show you in the photo box so you can see them even better. And we'll start off with the female first. So as I mentioned, this is my normal het Xanthic het albino female. She is an adult. She weighs like 400 grams. She's pretty big, actually. I don't want to put the male next to her for comparison, but essentially she is pretty massive for the size that she is for her age. I think she's only like 3 or 4 years old. She is a proven breeder, so she is going to be a pretty good snake to have whenever I start breeding hognoses. But you can see how she is a normal. She has a lot of spotting and everything else. There's, I think she came from like red albino lines, so she does have a little bit of tint to her, but not enough for me to say she's going to make red albinos. And albinos already have a little bit of red tint to them, but the red albinos have like even more red tint to them. And then there's like the extreme reds where it's just really line breeding. But essentially that's what she looks like. Super nice snake. Look at that tongue flick. Look at that tongue flick. What are you smelling for? Super nice. Now let's go look at the male. Now for comparison, this is the photo box. You can see the edges here. Now you'll see how small the male is compared to her. And somehow eventually he's supposed to breed with her, but it's pretty wacky how small he is compared to the female. This is probably the worst background color I could use for this guy. It's gray on gray, but it's still pretty nice, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. But for comparison, let's look how small he is compared to the female. It's ridiculous how small he is. He probably weighs like 15 grams or so as of right now, so he's still pretty small. But Yeah, he's pretty nice looking. Why are you not focusing? There you go. It's a pretty nice looking snake. So this is a super conda exanthic het albino. Hey, yeah, he didn't like the phone in his face, did he? But yeah, super nice snake. And again, the goal is to make yetis and super yetis. But I do have a few females that I have planned to buy. Obviously, if they're not available by the time I am ready, then I'll just find some other females. But they're essentially like 60, 70 grams, while this guy's still 15 grams. So they'll definitely be ready to breed before he is. But check him out. Check him out. Super nice snake. I can't get the freaking camera to focus. Focus. There you go. Look at that. Super nice guy. Hey, chill out. Comet. That's actually not a bad name for him. Comet. Yeah, because I tell you what, every time I open up his tub, he shoots out, trying to get food like a freaking shooting star. So Comet it is. I think these guys are going to have space-themed names. So Comet, that's a good name for this guy. See, out of all that, I've had this guy for like 4 months, and I've never been able to come up with a name for him. But just him right now, I told him to Comet, and somehow that name Comet came into my mind. But yeah, super nice little guy. I guess his name is Comet. Comet the hognose. Yeah. So I guess they're going to have space themes. So now I got to figure out a name for the female. And there is no gaps underneath there, by the way. It's just the way the background bends right there. But there he is. Super nice little guy. So that's my plan with them. It's just to make some super yetis. Hopefully you guys like the plan I'm going with. There's going to be a lot more that I do with hog noses, but the first project is to create super yetis and yetis. And essentially, once he's up to breeding size, I will be able to create some yetis, but not super yetis. So in order for me to create a super yeti, I have to pair him to a conda het snow, which is exanthic albino, or a super conda het snow, which is exanthic albino, or just a combination like a albino het exanthic conda, or a visual yeti. I mean, that's fine too if I can find one. But there you go. Where are you trying to go, dude? Where are you trying to go? Alrighty, y'all. If you made it this far into the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything that I put out in the future. As always, peace. I've been in here forever, and these things still haven't cleared up. It's still darkened from being outside. These are supposed to transition. They're still a little dark. So I'm sorry if it looks like I've been wearing sunglasses this whole time. It's just transitioning glasses. But yeah, as always, peace.